Oh, I'm really far away. I feel like I look really, really small. Maybe I'm too close. I guess this is good. Hey! Alright babes, so today is episode 5 of Thoughts While Drawing. Thoughts with the Artist. Last week I finished up my collage that I was working on in the last video, and I wanted to talk about kind of how I got the inspiration for that today, because I was having some major art block while I was working on it. Every time I would try to take a step back, I couldn't, because I was feeling like, oh, I'm far away again. I was feeling like I need to work on this, like I need to finish something. I already had plans to have coffee with a friend of mine who's also a creative, but she's a writer, so it's a little different. But having that coffee with my friend and forcing myself to get out and like think about other things, that kind of like jogged. It's like in the background my brain like cleared whatever block was there, and I came home and just like had the idea to put flowers and like have her positioned this way and all that stuff. I just wanted to talk about things you can do to get, or things that I've done, things that have worked for me when I have art block, and I'm going to talk about that while I work on this, because there's a lot left to do on this, and none of it is structural work. It's all adding ink and adding the hair, and you guys know that I love drawing hair. The first one is what I just said, spend time with a friend. Yes, taking time away, hanging out with a friend, grab coffee, grab some food, that just maybe go shopping, you know, just spending time with a friend. Kind of, it'll clear your head, and sometimes while you're out, you're not even thinking about work, and then you see something that gives you an idea, or even just coming back, the memories of the day. Sometimes just, they unblock your mind, boom, inspiration. The second thing I would recommend might sound obvious, but talk to another artist. I think especially someone who works in the same medium as you. You can even, I would even recommend kind of maybe like a mini critique. I know when I was still in school, hanging up in progress work and getting people's feedback, even when I didn't really like it, it would give me other ideas. So that was pretty helpful. The third thing that I would recommend is to journal, and just do like stream of consciousness journaling. You know, I might start with like, I'm working on this drawing, I don't really know what to do, here's what I'm thinking of so far. So journaling can help you really like identify your reasoning, even if, I mean, it's your idea, like you know that you had it, but you don't always know why. You know, I feel like I'm rambling. But that is the point. I am advocating for stream of conscious writing, so maybe this is turning into a stream of conscious video. Fourth thing that I would recommend is watching a movie or a TV show that always puts you in like a creating kind of mood. I know I have like certain movies and shows that really get me into that space, and I did talk about that a little bit in one of my other videos. Movies that always make me feel like making work are like the Royal Tenenbaums, Westworld, that's not a movie, but that always makes me want to draw stuff. Dragon Ball Z, weirdly, every time I watch it, I want to both go to the gym and draw. Whatever, maybe it's not even a show, maybe it's a song or podcast, maybe a book. Identify that thing that kind of always boosts your creativity and makes you feel inspired, and put that on. The last thing, because I think 5 is a good number, the last thing that I'm gonna say is go somewhere quiet that makes you feel refreshed, somewhere peaceful. Because I know for me, if it's a cluttered space or too small a space, sometimes it gets to a point where I just feel like I can't think straight anymore. And even like so my apartment I usually keep pretty clean, and especially if I'm about to like really zone into a drawing, I can't have any clutter around me. But sometimes just being in one place too long, it gets hard to think. So I'll go to like a workspace, like one of those office share places. Outdoors I think is even better than indoors, but sometimes there's those nice cozy like indoor workspaces that are good. But I would definitely recommend like a change of scenery basically, because sometimes getting in a different space can really just help you trigger that, like, it can help you break through that wall and find something new, find some inspiration, or figure out what it is that's blocking you in the first place. And bonus number 6, since I mentioned that I have a hard time thinking and feeling creative in clutter, I would recommend cleaning, even though that sounds really awful. I've had many times where I really want to draw something, but I'm not quite feeling that inspiration. And so I put on like a fun playlist and I just like pick a room and clean it, or pick an area and clean it, because I don't always want to end up cleaning the whole space. But sometimes that act too, like the act of moving around, can help. Which reminds me of another one actually. So you're getting 7. It's 7 things today. 7th one, getting any level of exercise that you feel comfortable with. What I'm really saying is like getting yourself moving. A walk, a run, powerlifting, yoga, anything that can kind of remove your mind completely from all the mental stresses and it becomes just purely a physical thing. So helpful for just breaking down mental blocks and barriers. So helpful for stress relief. I think really everything that I've said here today could also double as ways to not feel super stressed. You know, I'm just sprinkling some wisdom on for you guys. So those are my 7 unrehearsed, but I think pretty solid tips for dealing with art block. I hope you guys enjoy them. If you have any other tips, let me know. I didn't get to finish this drawing because there's a lot, but if you're interested in seeing more progress with it, let me know. I do have a confession. One time I had art block and I ate like a ton of candy and it helped, but I don't recommend that. Thanks so much for watching this video, you guys. Like the video, please, if you got this far, and have a great week.